Okay, y'all, part 4, I believe, of the chicken tractor. I moved it inside. I'm probably gonna take the wheels off so I can kind of work. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it on blocks or keep it up on something to keep it up higher. But I need to take the wheels off anyway to do some more painting. But I wanna kind of show you what I've been throwing around in my head. So this rope and pole, or bar, whatever you wanna call it, this is kind of what I envisioned. You know, you can pick up on this. Actually, let me go set this camera up so you can kind of see. Okay, I know y'all can't see my face when I'm standing up, but my vision was grabbing the bar and you can just pick up and pull to move it. But I don't like that because you got to be right up against the tractor and you're still hitting stuff with your shins and your feet. Now remember, this is just a temporary kickstand for now. I think, and then I also tried, for kickstand purposes, this is a sample piece, it's just a fence picket, and I ran them along the side like this, and made them touch the ground, and that was gonna be my kickstand on both sides. I had one on both sides. And I may still do this, and then I was gonna run a bar between the two pieces to move it. I may still do the angled piece along the sides on both sides, but I'd have to actually use a 2x4, which I would plan on doing anyway, not fence pickets. I was just testing it with fence pickets. I just don't know if I like that either. So I'm still debating on how I want to move this. I really don't know yet, so we'll just have to see. Okay, so I kind of want to show you what I'm working with here. So this is going to be the area that opens up where I can reach in and grab eggs, and this is where they're kind of going to sleep during the winter mainly. In the summer and spring, when it's not cold, this all will be open. They'll be able to sleep wherever they want. But this will be able to open as well eventually. So I'm working on this right here. This will have metal on it, corrugated metal. And it's going to be the roof for just this 2 foot of tractor, and it's going to be all the way across, right? But I want it to be angled so the water slopes off. So you can see there's a slight angle on this. That's one piece, that's one 2x4 that I just cut at an angle. Like, look, let me show you. That's one 2x4, right? I cut it, same spot here as over here, and it's just angled. Right? So that's going to give me my slope for this roof area. It's not a big slope, but it's enough to get water to come off and shed off. This will be attached to here, and then the actual roof itself will be back. It'll be its own separate piece, and it'll be able to raise and you know. So I still need a piece here. I'll have to have a piece here. Same width as this. And then same with this over here. I'm going to need a piece. Okay, so I have attached this one, just 4 screws. Pretty simple process. I'll kind of show you how to do it with this one. I am using clamps again, okay? And I am countersinking the holes. The holes are already drilled, plus they're countersunk. I'm using 2.5-inch screws. This is already clamped tight, and it's flush here, and it's flush here. And then the back, if you can see, the back should be right here, flush with this, the back of this one. Which there will be a piece, a 2x4 that goes here. It'll be cut down, and obviously there will be a piece here. All right, let's screw this one in real quick. Okay, y'all, as you saw, this one, we just attached it. I've already cut this piece. It's just another 45-inch piece, just like the one below it. And I probably could have halved this and used half of this 2x4 for this piece, plus half of it for this piece, if I really thought about it. But I'm okay with it being somewhat heavy because I need it heavy for our wind. It's a very windy day out there today. We're getting gusts of 50 miles an hour today. It is ridiculously windy. Yesterday was beautiful. Today the temperature is perfect. It's like 68 to 70. but the wind is outrageous. It's unreal. But anyway, let's talk about this piece we just cut. So this piece here will have a slight angle as well, just like this one. And I've already marked it with my pencil. You can see it there. So I've marked both sides and I'm getting ready to cut it on the table saw if it's not too windy. I like to open this garage door when I use the table saw because it gets, I mean, it just stays dusty in here. I don't have a venting system at all. I need one. But I like to do a lot of my cutting when the doors are open. So I want to open this, and if it's too windy and it's blowing dust everywhere, I'll just have to deal with it, put a mask on, and cut it while I'm in here real quick. Okay, so this is my leftover piece when I cut this one, this top piece here. So I just got to make it match that angle. Okay, y'all, that piece is in. Now I have an angle, a slope. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me zoom in. Okay, so now you can kind of see that slope, hopefully, if it will focus. Golly. Okay, now you can kind of see that angle, that slope that this roof here will have. This roof here, this side over here will have, it will be able to open as well, but it's going to be flat because it's going to be mesh, so water's just going to go through it. But I think it turned out all right. Okay, I will paint all this, by the way, but I don't have to paint it off of it. I can paint it while it's on here. I'm not too worried about that. So now I'm going to start working on the door that goes inside of here. You know, obviously this is just the outside. It's like your door frame. I still got to work on the actual door that's going to set inside of this. Okay, we're going to take a break from the roof area right here and go back to the kickstand part. The reason is because I keep knocking this. This is the temporary one right here. And I keep knocking it out, pulling it out, and pushing on the tractor and just causing it to fold over. So I am gonna go ahead and put the permanent legs in. I call it kickstands, but really it's just front legs for it. I've decided to make it permanent and where it won't fold in, out, anything like that. It just stays right where it's at. So I think that's probably my best option because I really don't want it to fall forward and give it a reason to break. And I think if it continues to fall forward and break, I would just have a harder and harder issue keeping it upright. So I want to make it permanent and where it doesn't fold over on itself. So this is what I came up with. This is treated lumber here because it's constantly going to be touching the ground. So I won't paint this. I'll just leave it the way it is. This is 2x6s sandwiched together, and you can obviously see what I've done. This is the actual height of the leg right here, which for me is 10 3/4. Actually, it's like 10 5/8. And then this piece is just larger, and it's just what I had. Of course, I would have liked to have come up here, but I didn't have enough length on both sides to do that. And I don't have any more 2x6s that are treated, so I'm just working with what I got. So I'll kind of show you exactly how I put the leg together real quick. Okay, so I'm just gonna sandwich them together. I'm gonna lay them over on the bench. Oh, I messed them up already. Okay, they're flush on the bottom because my table's level, right? So then I'll just lay them over, clamp them to the table itself, to the workbench. Okay, so now you can see how they're clamped to the bench together like that. And this is flush. And I have my smaller piece on top because that's where the bulk of the screws are gonna go so you don't see them all. So I'm just gonna put 6 holes, drill 6 pilot holes. Now I'm gonna countersink them. And I'll put my screws in. Okay, so I got 6 holding this together, so that's good. But I go ahead and flip it over and just add 2 right here in the middle because there's no screws. All the screws on the back side are on the side, so there's nothing in the middle. So I just add 2 here. You might even be able to get away with just putting 1 right in the middle, in the front. I don't know. No, I wouldn't do that. It's still kind of wobbly. That's what caused my first problem. So I think on the side is definitely better. Okay, just to show you how I've attached these, I got 3 screws at the top, and then if y'all remember how I did this one, I've already put glue and wood putty in there. But if you'll remember how I did that, I did the same thing here. So I got 2 3-inch screws coming down through here, going into this piece. So I'm getting ready to do the same thing here. I have already attached the 3 screws in the front. Now I just gotta add these 2 screws. And again, I like to use these panhead screws for this type of stuff here. Okay, y'all, I just wanted to show you that I am working on this roof area right here. Let me pull it up and show you. You can see that this is the, it's basically just a rectangle, and it'll be on hinges right under here. You won't see them yet. And I'm just kind of mocking this out real quick. Ouch, I just squished my thumb. But I am just kind of mocking this out. The wood, these fence pickets are not gonna be on the roof. That's just what I use to help just set it there in place. Because the actual frame that I built for this door sets inside. So there's nothing to hold it in place other than these pickets. I mean, you see where these pickets are just kind of, you know, sitting on this outer side. So that's what I'm working on. So I do want you to know that it is in progress. I think this is going to be the right way for me to do it. The only problem I'm having issues with is this little piece right here, this leg, and this one on this side too, right here. They get in the way. They get in the way of the corner of the door. So obviously I did have to cut it out so it would fit in there. But I think I'm also going to have to cut some of this back, some of this away, because this is starting to rub up against this leg right here. So I will have to trim some of this back for it to just kind of be a smooth fit. Again, like I said, the fence pickets is not what's going to be on top of it. I just needed something temporarily for now. All right, so I am making progress on the mobile chicken tractor, the ultimate chicken tractor, whatever we're going to call it. I think ultimate chicken tractor is probably what I'm going to stick with. I do like the feet. The feet are permanent now. I think that's going to be great. I may add some pieces coming off of this way eventually, if I feel like it needs some more stability on that as well. So I may do that. We'll just have to test it out a few times. But again, I think this is part 4 or 5. I don't even know now. I have to look back. This is gonna be a lot of parts to this. But once I get this door figured out how I wanna do it, I think the rest of it will go pretty quick because it's self-explanatory, it's easy. It's just putting fence pickets on and putting the metal mesh in for the walls. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and we'll see you on the next one. Remember, do the good.